Hey, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Josh, let's tell everybody how they can contact the show. Here's the phone number. There you go. 706-889-9700, chief at fetchernews.com, and all the social media ways you can follow the show. Also, don't forget at 10:10 every Monday morning. Wow. High school football kicked off this last Friday night, and it's going to be a great show this morning. Instant replay with Lauren Hunter every Monday morning, 10:10 a.m. On Team FYN Sports Facebook page. All right, Josh. So, folks, we're asking you, see where I have it here. Be brave. Be brave, okay? It's a very scary time. Be brave. This weekend and this morning, okay, the media is in overdrive trying to find a challenger to President Trump. They do not want President Trump to just have a green light. Now, the deep state, if you don't smell the deep state in this, I can't help you. If you can't smell the deep state. See, you've got all these Democrat candidates and everybody's saying, well, we need just abandon our progressive views or in our progressive candidates and go with Joe Biden. It's safe. He can beat Trump. That's what they're trying to sell. They're always trying to sell you something every time you turn on their show. But they can't give Trump a green light. Trump has to have some opposition. Why, if you give Trump a green light between now and after the conventions and the real campaign, a mano to a mano or a woman, I don't know what you say, okay? But Trump has an actual challenger one-on-one, then he has all this time to have these rallies. He has no negative Republican opposition. So we're going to create some. You will not convince me that this guy is running for any other reason to feel like he has. Here's the 2020, number 60, Josh, the 2020 vision, okay? There you go. We'll get into this. Number 2020 vision. Okay. And then we have this week, number 53. There's George Stephanopoulos. He's in the deep state, part of the deep state, part of the Clintons. Remember the Clintons? Remember those? Bill and Hillary? He was, I think, chief of staff there for Bill for a while. So he lies every time he opens his mouth. Number 52. Every time. This is Joe Walsh, all right? And that's number 52. Number 51, talk host Joe Walsh announces run for president. Former Illinois congressman says he's running because Trump is unfit. Here's number 50. They're loving it this morning. I mean, yesterday, with everything going on, everything, ABC says we've got to give our first 10 minutes to our show this week with George Stephanopoulos to this guy here. This has to be the lead. Number 50, talk host Joe Walsh. There he is. He's announcing his 2020 bid. All right. Let's go to... And they're giving him a chance to apologize. We'll get that also. All right. And then we're going to talk about the Democrat dilemma. We have that. I don't want to go to the Joe. There we go. Number 31. Joe Walsh announces Trump primary challenge right there. Right there on ABC yesterday. Number 31. Number 30. This was last Thursday. ABC, Joe Walsh, I don't know yet if I will challenge Trump. Number 30. Then we have team of rivals. We'll get into this. You got to build this up. team of rivals, Scaramucci and Sanford, and there's Joe Walsh. And just a minute, we're going to go through a couple more, and then we will. Number 17, MSNBC this morning. Yesterday, ABC this week. Does Walsh regret past statements? Oh, no. Number 16, 5:04 a.m., right out of the box, 5:04 a.m. Eastern time. Joe Walsh. And here's the one, number 15, Morning Joe, former Representative Joe Walsh coming up. He was a guest on Morning Joe. All right. And let's see if I have anything else I want to go over where that's concerned. And that's it. Let's stay with that one for just a minute. Now, Walsh put out a couple tweets that the media gave him an opportunity to get forgiveness, apologize. Okay, so this guy, supposedly a former congressman, supposedly a Tea Party candidate that was whisked into office with other Tea Party candidates, a very conservative, very pro-Trump at a certain time, but now his campaign strategy is to be brave. That's the slogan, be brave. So here's number 32. Number 32, Walsh tweets pushed conspiracy theories and racism. And here you go. He's asking, that's 32. So let's go to 33. This is the actual tweet that they showed, and he got a chance to get forgiveness on this. This is number 33. Walsh, we lowered the bar for Obama. He was held to a lower standard because he was black. Do you ask forgiveness for that? Yes, I do. Yes, I ask forgiveness. I did say he was a Muslim. I ask forgiveness. Number 34. If you're black and a woman, you could say dumb things, lower the bar. So he got to get forgiveness, and he was asked, let me see, I have it here. He was asked yesterday on the show, do you really think Obama's a Muslim? You called Obama a Muslim. Do you really think he's a Muslim? God, no, I don't think that. Just saying. So Joe Walsh is the hero, talk show hero. Josh, I have a quick question. Did we find, I may not have sent the video to you. So did we find the video that I wanted on this? If not, just type it, okay? Whether you found the video or not. Did we find the video on this that I was asking about? No, I didn't send it. Okay. So Walsh goes on and he says, you can't believe a word out of this president's mouth. He lies about everything. He's unfit for office. This guy had the nerve. Joe Walsh had the nerve to say, okay, Josh, leave that picture up of Walsh. There you go. He had the nerve to say the president is a sexual predator. That's what this guy had the nerve to say. While we have the opportunity for Epstein to be called a sexual predator, we have an opportunity for Prince Andrew to be called a sexual predator. While he had an opportunity yesterday to call Bill Clinton a rapist and a sexual predator, he had an opportunity to call Bill Richardson from New Mexico a sexual predator. He had an opportunity to call George Mitchell a sexual predator. Why, he had a list a mile long that he had an opportunity to call a sexual predator, but he said the president of the United States, he is a sexual predator. The media has their hero, They love their hero, and they're going to do everything they can to highlight this guy and pump him up because he is brave. His comments are brave. Now, yesterday, the opponent, a current runner opponent, did not know where he didn't know. Was it yesterday or the day before? Do you have the video? Let's move on from this guy right now. Do you have the video of Joe Biden? If you can put that together, move on from this. Joe Biden doesn't know where they're at. We're going to talk about the Democrat dilemma. And if you can play that, and then we'll get into the rest of it. Just go ahead and go with it as soon as you can find it there. I think I sent that one. I may have.
Of Keene.
I'm back. I've been here a number of times. Last time was, I think, all the way back in 2014. But I've been here before that. I love this place. Look, what's not to like about Vermont in terms of the beauty of it? And what a neat town. I mean, this is sort of a scenic, beautiful town. The mayor's been a good guy, and everybody's been really friendly. I like Keene a lot.
What not to like about Vermont? Why, it's a great little town. Look around you. I love the mayor here. What's not to like about Vermont? Hey, you dumbass. You're in New Hampshire. We're going to New Hampshire right after I get done in Vermont. Don't tell me what to do. What's not to like about? I love it here. I was here in 2014. Vermont, that's a great thing. Why, in fact, Bernie's here in Vermont somewhere. Where the hell's Joe think he is? Now, I know what everybody's saying. Well, you remember just 2 weeks ago, President Trump misspoke about Ohio. You know, he didn't say Dayton. I get what you're going to say. This is their candidate. He cannot go a day. He doesn't know where he's at. That's the truth. I'm going to tell you something, okay? It's like the rock star that gets up and says, "Hello, Cleveland." And they hear crickets, and the guy's like, "What's wrong?" And the drummer says, "We're in Detroit." Before you go on stage, you find out where you're at, Joe. Joe, I'm going to give you a little bit, just that much, okay? It's possible you're going to so many places you don't remember where you're at, but you don't turn on the camera. You have somebody in your ear. New Hampshire, New Hampshire, New Hampshire. I get it, but Joe doesn't even know where he's at. But here is the question that is being asked. Let's see if I can find it here. And let's go with number 19 first. Biden mistakes New Hampshire for Vermont in campaign. Well, see, here's what it is. They had syrup on the table. He had pancakes that he's seen Vermont maple syrup, and he just couldn't get it out of his mind. But the other candidates are being asked. Let me get to it. Let's go with this morning, the Democrat dilemma. And here it is. The Democrat dilemma, number 39. Okay. What is the Democrat dilemma? And we'll go with this number 41. There's Bernie and Elizabeth Warren. And there's Peter Pan Buttigieg and his wife, Tinker Bell. But the Democrat dilemma, Buttigieg has been asked. Number 41, Bernie and Elizabeth Warren. And back to 39, Joe Biden. Are the Democrats asking their voters to settle for Joe Biden? Are they saying that Joe stands the best chance of beating Trump, so we have to settle for him? We have to settle for the fact that he has no new ideas. We have to settle for the fact that he was vice president for 8 years is a gift. Let's remember, Joe Biden tried this run for president twice and got 2% or wasn't even on the polling data at one time and had to pull out of a race for plagiarism or something one time. But now Joe is given a gift. He was given the old white guy gift by Obama because, I probably need a white guy that'll bring in Pennsylvania, Scranton, and Yeah, some of those white guys that will not vote for me, maybe I can get them to vote if I bring in Joe Biden. If I convince my voters and independents and a handful of Republicans that Joe Biden has that great foreign policy experience, even though his son's going to get a deal with China like no one else. See, China thinks they're hoping for Joe. You do realize that Joe Biden's son, and I forget his name, all right, got the only and best deal from the government of China, the Chinese bank, the Bank of China, for his investment group or whatever. Oh, yeah, Joe got a great sweetheart deal for his son over there. The Chinese know. I told you this in the earlier segment. The Chinese know that they're not waiting for Elizabeth Warren. Trust me, okay? They're not waiting for Peter Pan Buttigieg, because they know Peter Pan Buttigieg is going to show his real rainbow colors if he gets in the White House with his first lady, Tinkerbell. Ain't no way. He's going to be calling up President Xi. Yeah, we'd like to make a deal, but need you to kind of relax your restrictions on the LGBTQ community. Maybe if you can fly a rainbow flag over Tiananmen Square, just something, just to show me gay pride in China. Yeah, the Chinese, they're not waiting for Peter Pan Buttigieg, okay? They're not waiting for Elizabeth Warren, okay? They're not waiting for Bernie. They know Francis O'Rourke is busy down in El Paso or campaigning south of the border. They're looking, the Chinese are looking at the Democrat slate. And then they're thinking, Biden, man. Biden knows us big time. Biden will kiss our Chinese ass in a heartbeat. We're good as gold. And then they're watching there saying, oh my God, Joe's falling apart. He's a disaster. Joe can't get from town to town. He's had the hell beat out of him in 2 debates. The Chinese are participating, whether you believe it or not, in propping up Joe Biden. That's who they want. But Joe doesn't even know if he's in Vermont or New Hampshire. Oh, hell, this whole Democrat thing's falling apart. We could have to deal with Trump. Get him on the phone. China called, baby. China called. They want a deal. Yeah, Biden doesn't know where he's at. Biden can't put in his teeth in the morning. Just saying. Just saying. It's the Democrat dilemma. Keep that up, number 39. So you got the Democrats saying, oh, yeah, there's Kamala Harris. I almost forgot her. They're like, no, we don't have to settle. We're not going to go backwards in time, because Joe is backwards in time. Joe got a free 8-year gift from Obama, a gift. Biggest gift the man's ever had in his life. Now, the only reason he has any kind of polling, he's excited, okay? If Joe gets knocked out of the race tomorrow, do you know and think about, this is the best polling this man's ever had, with even the glimpse of a thought of being president of the United States. This guy could leave the campaign. He could just say, I'm going home. And he could always sit there and say, I was polling 39%. I polled, no matter what the results are. Biden doesn't have to be president. He can poll as president. I'm serious. He can leave today and say, I was polling that I beat Trump hands down. We'll never know. I had to get out of the race. Got a liver spot over here. Got a little spot over here. I had to go to my doctor. He said, get out of the race. I'm telling you, no matter what, Biden can convince himself he's a winner. He's never polled this high in his life. So there's something bad wrong with Democrats if Biden is polling up here and beating somebody. So the Chad Combs, as Rush would call them, are in a big, big nervous wreck. They're shot out because they see the Democrat dilemma just like you and I. Okay? Period. We'll take a brief break. We're going to come back. Okay? We're going to talk about the enemies. Trump says Jerome Powell, the Fed, he doesn't know who's a bigger enemy, China or Jerome Powell. Oh my God, don't you love the guy? I don't know about you, but he's the people's president, and go Trump goes, all I can say. Take a short break, Josh.